Hello everyone and welcome back to your own YouTube channel Speak Up with Sahil. Thank you very much for stopping by. So today's topic, as you can see, the relation of Elon Musk and Donald Trump. That's why we have gathered here to talk upon this subject that is going on completely smooth everywhere on newspapers. So there are a lot of things actually we need to know about this topic. The first thing, the relationship between Elon Musk and Donald Trump, how how they are, like living together. Are they really even very close, or like they should be changing something else there in politics? So first thing we need to know about the Elon Musk, and I don't think so I need to give an introduction who Elon Musk is. One of the great businessmen in the world, and recently he has been known for his political appearance, and everybody is just wondering about that, the political appearance of Elon Musk in US politics and the interference of Elon Musk in US politics could create some chaos in US Parliament and Senate. Let's see what's going to happen, because it is totally the connection of a tycoon with a political figures, and with the political figures are literally going to change the like future of America. So first of all, we need to understand, what does Elon Musk think about Donald J. Trump? So I would say in 2017 Elon Musk branded Donald Trump like a con man and one of the world's best bullshitters. This is what he said exactly about like Donald Trump in 2017. So maybe one thing for us for sure, I would say, like in 2017, Elon Musk was not seen quite a big fan of Donald Trump, to be honest, and he was the one who said such words for him. And now he is known at Mar-a-Lago, like Donald Trump's home in Florida, as Uncle Alan. Now Donald Trump's son, Donald Trump's grandsons and granddaughters, Donald Trump's daughters, everybody in a house, somewhat calling Elon Musk Uncle Elon. So I think before this political thing, I would see Elon Musk as a business tycoon. I would see Elon Musk as a really role model, and people would remember Elon Musk when it's come to like space things, when it's come to satellite and other things. People would remember Elon Musk in this way. But now the scenario of Elon Musk has changed. Now people are not remembering him now as a most intelligent individual in the world. Now even some of them are just thinking that Elon Musk is one of the like the one of the mastermind behind the US politics. And you might have heard about it, and you might have seen this thing as well, that Elon Musk himself started donating approximately 1 million amount of money to the US voters. That was a very perfect gimmick to bring back the like authoritarianism in the US, to bring back Donald Trump in power. And that's what happened. So elect president Donald Trump has appointed him as absolutely a chief disruptor in chief, that's what we can say. So Mr. Musk has amended for such disruption, despite America's economy's prowess, prowess. Much of Main Street, Wall Street, and Silicon Valley is frustrated by government's like profligacy and incompetence. They are right to be. The state needs an overall yet Musk-led reform risk creating a new problem for America: the emergence of a combustible, corrupt oligarchy. Need to understand exactly what happened. So weeks after helping Mr. Trump wins the election, Mr. Musk has claimed to the apex of power. The president-elect has appointed him to a new advisory body called DOGE, tasked with slashing spending. Mr. Musk is already in touch with foreign leaders and lobbying for cabinet appointments. It is hardly the first time a tycoon has had extraordinary influence in America. In the 19th century, robber barons such as John D. Rockefeller dominated the economy. In the early 20th century, when there was no Federal Reserve, John Pierpont Morgan acted as a one-man central bank. So like if I talk about how much Elon Musk business has grown recently, so I think recently the estimation of economists finds that since the start of September, the total value of Musk Inc. businesses has risen by 50% to 1.4 trillion. outperforming the market and its peers, as investors bet that its boss will be able to extract exceptional rents from his friendship with the president. And one more thing that we need to understand: Elon Musk does not earn exactly from this Elon Musk Inc. or something. The main business of Elon Musk is not Twitter. The main business of Elon Musk is Tesla, a car making company. So I think the car making firm. And as we know, like, Donald Trump has been quite fascinated blocking any kind of Chinese firms working in the US. And when he was giving his speech, I remember that he said one thing: the first message for Claudia Sinborn, and the second message for Chinese president and Chinese people, Chinese businessmen, that I will be putting a lot of tariffs on China, so they will unable to do business in the US. But unfortunately, China is ultimately doing business with Mexico, and Mexicans are the ones selling Chinese made products to US. So ultimately the cars are getting into US, maybe by through the mediator, Mexico, but it is getting into there. So the thing is here, he does not earn that much money from there, you understand, because Musk is worth equivalent of just 2% of America's stock market. Its main rival, the China company. The first thing that he earns from Tesla, SpaceX, satellite communication, and rocket business. After that, X, formerly known as Twitter, and XAI. Recently, he launched XAI, an artificial intelligence startup that was valued at 50 billion in a deal this week. So this mostly have market shares below 30% and face real competition. The economists reckon that 10% of Mr. Musk, that is accounting for 360 billion personal fortune, is derived from contract and freebies from Uncle Sam, and 15% from the Chinese market, with the rest split between domestic and international customers. Something that we can see, that Donald Trump does not like China, but as we can see, Musk quite like China. And this is the biggest problem here. And as we clearly know that 10% fortune somewhat he is generating, half of them are from China stock market. So now if this person wants to cop up with Donald Trump in future, as Donald Trump promises that I would never allow anything come forward in our country that will be threatening American businesses itself. That means Donald Trump will not only blocking the Chinese firms, somewhat he will be blocking the Chinese stock markets and many more things to be happening in the US, the soul of US. Maybe we can sue that. But the thing is here, Elon Musk, how is he going to do business with China? That will be the first question mark here. So Mr. Musk is also different. The first thing I would say, that he has to stop interrupting in foreign affairs. That could be problematic for people. Recently we have seen he has been quite active in Twitter. He has been quite active, like formerly known Twitter X. He has been active in so many platforms where he was seen and accused of fueling riots, fueling fights, and brainwashing people instead of brainstorming. Because of that, he is known for his geniusness. Because of that, he is considered to be the most intelligent person in the world. But if you would see his ideology on Brazil riot, if you would see his ideology in London riot, you would be shocked seeing that what kind of comments he made exactly about this. And he is the one who keeps interrupting in other countries' businesses. And as he has a big influence in social media, somewhat people are getting provoked by him. So one thing that we can say, that is not good. Second thing now that we can see, under his you can say government governance, or anything you can say, that will be that he will taking the political figure away from the reforming government. And the second thing, he will enhance the relationship of business tycoon with the American politics. Now you will see he might be going to influence people that you should join politics, and maybe some of the richest men in US are going to join the US politics in upcoming years. That could be the possibility. But both Mr. Trump and Elon Musk want to disrupt the entire federal government. Mr. Musk has said DOGE may aim to cut as much as 2 trillion dollar from the 7 trillion annual federal budget and abolish many agencies. It is easy to ridicule such goals as naive, but 2 trillion is more than the government's entire discretionary spending. But with a budget deficit of 6% of GDP and debt of almost 100%, that what we can call reform is needed here. So he could also fail before he even start, because of like combustibility of the Trump Musk combination. The next president loves hiring and firing. The tech tycoon burns through executive and relationship too. The fusion of Silicon Valley and libertarianism and techno like utopianism with the MAGA nationalism of Trump's world is inherently volatile. Reforming government requires patience and diplomacy. Neither of them, Mr. Trucks, are strong suits. So if Mr. Musk political career proves to be brief, it could still have two lasting pernicious effects. One would be to turn politicians away from reforming government, as I clearly told you. With his appointment, that goal has received more attention than ever. But if he mounts a half-backed program that ends in spectacular failure, the ambition to tackle spending will be set back for years. So this is what today I just really wanted to discuss with you guys. And if you really enjoyed this conversation, then please let us know what is your thought on this in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and the bell icon. Thank you for coming.